So, let's see, I needed what, 4 volunteers? Okay, and do you guys remember your numbers?
Yes.
All right, the ones I'm taking are 7, 4, 3, and 5. Who's number 7?
Me.
All right, so we got Colin. Colin, it's 1L? It's 1L in your name?
Yeah.
Everybody write down this. Who's number 4? Okay, we got Tyler. Who's number 3? Connor. It's OR, right? Good. About to say, have I been writing this wrong this whole time? This is going to be embarrassing for me and for you. 5. Noah. Okay. So, have you guys ever seen an equation that looks like this? Okay. You guys know how to pronounce this thing on the left side? Emily. It is f of x. Everybody write it down. F of x. Doesn't this look like f times x? It's not. Okay? This means a function called f that has x in it. So f is actually the name of the function. They use f most commonly because f is what starts the word function. You could call it g of x, h of x. I thought for the longest time when I was in school that this meant you take f and you multiply it by x, because that's what it normally means, right? When there's something outside of parentheses, but that's not what it means. It's just the name of a function. So to prove that to you, we're going to do a little fun thing. I've got 4 functions here. I've got Colin of x, Tyler of x, Connor of x, and Noah of x. Do you guys understand these are just names? Okay. Colin, would you like an easy math equation or a hard one?
Easy.
Okay. I'm going to give you 2x, which means that anything that I give you, you have to multiply by 2.
Okay.
That's your job. Tyler?
Easy.
Easy. Let's do x plus 5. Okay, so you always add 5. Connor?
Easy, something bad at math.
Easy. Let's do negative x plus 2. That means whatever I tell you, you're going to make it negative, and then you're going to add 2 to it. Okay? All right, Noah.
Easy.
All right, Noah, yours is 8. Just 8. Okay? All right, notice there's not even an x in yours, Noah. That means that no matter what I say, you say 8. Okay? You ready for that? Okay, here we go. All right, the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to say, Colin, what is Colin of 4? So what, remember, your equation is 2x. That just tells us what, so if we look at this, this says, take the Colin equation and put a 4 in it. So take the Colin equation, put a 4 in it. Colin, what's Colin of 4?
4 columns.
Okay, so do you remember that your rule is to multiply by 2 every time? Okay.
So 8.
Right. So you multiplied 4 by 2. That make sense? Okay, Tyler? Tyler of 4. 9, because your job is to always take whatever it is and add 5 to it. Does this make sense, guys? That Tyler, that's just a name, right? It just tells you which one we're referring to. So these are kind of like our original equations. All right, Connor of 4. So you're going to make it negative.
-2.
And then you're going to add 2, which makes -2. Nice job, because -4, negative's -4, plus 2 is -2. Good job. All right, Noah. Noah of 4.
8.
Good job. And Noah's job, remember, is always to say 8. Yep. Yeah. Now, If I was to graph Colin's graph, it would start at 0, like, because if I put in 0, it would be 0, right? And if I put in 1, you'd multiply that by 2 and you get 2, so it would go up to 2, right? And then would go up to 4, and then to 6, and then 8, and so on. You'd kind of have like a slanty line like this, Colin, right? Okay? And Tyler would have more of like a diagonal line like this, except for his would start at 5, because if you put a 0 plus 5, you end up with 5, so it would start here at 5 and go up. Connor's would actually go downhill, but it would be also start at 2. And Noah's, what would Noah's look like? Noah's would be a flat line at 8, because there's no x in there. That's just Noah saying 8. All right, so let's try to be a little bit more intense now. Colin. -3.
-6.
Good call. All right, so Colin of -3. Everybody getting what he's doing here? All right, you do it in your heads now. See if you match what they say. Tyler, -3.
Isn't it 2?
Yes, -3 plus 5 is 2. Nice job, Connor. This is hard. What's a negative?
Positive.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just gonna be 2.
Nope. So you go to a -3, which makes a
Oh,
positive 3, and then add 2.
Yeah, 5.
5. And Noah, if I say to you -3, you say 8. Okay, everybody getting it? All right, should we try one more time? Hey, Colin, if I gave you a banana, what would you do?
Words.
Eat it.
No, with your equation. If I gave you -3, what did you do with it?
I times it by 2.
Right, and if I gave you a banana, you would multiply it by 2. Okay. Tyler, if I gave you a banana, you would,
Add 5.
so you'd have a banana plus 5, right? Okay, and Connor, if I gave you a banana, you would,
I would still have 1 banana.
you'd make that a negative banana, and then you'd add it to 2. But remember, this doesn't say 2 bananas, this just says 2. So it would be negative banana plus 2. And Noah, if I gave you a banana? 8. You just would just say 8, okay? Not a banana at all, just 8. Everybody getting it?
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, so let's go into the actual math and let's try it out. Let's say that f of x, this is my example. Let's say that f of x equals -2x plus 9. That means whatever I tell you x is, you're going to multiply by -2 and then you're going to add 9 to it. Okay? All right, so let's start with f of 2. And then we're going to do f of -8. And then we're going to get a little harder. We're going to do f of 5 plus f of 1. All right, now I'm going to give prizes for these. 3 problems, 3 prizes, and even if you are one of the boys whose names are up here, you still get a prize if you win, okay? And yes, those tattoos are still up. I should probably write down who's won this so far. Eli, right? Riley? Was it Renee? Morel?
Yeah.
But not Carter.
No, I won't.
Right, but you didn't do a I'm writing down tattoo people. Okay. So, here we go. Who's up for doing one of these 3? Come on, raise your hands. Be brave. 1, 2, 3, Dylan. 4, Colin. You're 4, 5. 4, Colin. What do you do?
For 8,
Yep.
the answer is 5.
Yes, what did you do?
I did -2 times 2 equals -4 plus 9.
Okay, so everybody write it down. -2 times 2 plus 9. See how I just wrote down the exact same equation? I just put a 2 in for x. This is one of the hardest things that people just mess up. Look at me. Hey, you cannot just say, I'm going to put an x there still. The 2 replaces the x. Go ahead, Colin. That makes -4 plus 9, which makes 5. Remember, you can have a mystery tattoo if you'd like. Okay. Next up, who's up for this one? Hands up. Dylan is 1, Noah 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6.
Okay, so negative 8 times negative 2,
Mm-hmm.
which is 16, and 16 plus 9. And then you got 25.
Okay, nice job. Tyler, what you thinking? Did you drop your splat stuff on the floor?
Yeah.